Good day. Welcome to another episode of the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get right to it. So I saw this by Fight Through Mental Health, who I follow on Instagram. I never knew that March is Self-Injury Awareness Month. Okay. So just a few facts for you. Each year, 1 in 5 females and 1 in 7 males engage in self-injury. Okay. I was one of those 7. 90% of people who engage in self-harm began during their teen or pre-adolescent years. 17% of people will struggle with self-harm in their lifetime. Okay, so I wasn't one who struggled with self-harm as a teen. It more came to me when I was an adult. Okay. Having an argument with a girlfriend back in 2011, self-harmed. Okay. And I self-harmed several times. Okay. Not going to get into methods or whatnot, but I struggle with self-harm often. Okay. So it is a real struggle. It is a real struggle. Some warning signs are scars, often in patterns, fresh cuts, scratches, bruises, bite marks, or other wounds, excessive rubbing of an area to create a burn, keeping sharp objects on hand. I did keep a knife under my bed, okay? Wearing long sleeves or long pants, even in hot weather. Frequent reports of accidental history, difficulties in relationships, behavioral and emotional instability, impulsivity. Try saying that. And unpredictability. Statements of helplessness, hopelessness, or worthlessness. Okay. And I talked about the other day some alternatives to self-harm. Okay. Talked about some alternatives to self-harm, like tearing up a phone book, punching bag, doing the speed bag, lifting weights, going for a walk, journaling, screaming into a pillow, going to a basketball court and dunking as hard as you can. Yeah, just some more self-harm alternatives. Stress ball, deep breathing exercises, talking to a counselor or therapist, listening to calming music, taking a warm bath, playing a musical instrument, aromatherapy, cooking or baking, learning a new hobby or skill, volunteer or help others, practice yoga, create a safety plan for challenging moments, play with a pet or spend time with animals, explore virtual reality relaxation experiences, develop a playlist of motivational speeches, connect with a helpline or crisis text line if needed. So they have like 50 different ways of alternatives to self-harm. So there are many positive alternatives to for not self-harming, okay? I know one of the few I use, lifting weights, meditation, getting out in nature. So I also want to touch on this too. People can be suicidal, and they can knock work out of the park. They can knock their responsibilities out of the park. They can uphold their responsibilities. They can knock everything out of the park, do everything well, but they can still be suicidal, okay? People who are suicidal can still smile and laugh. They can still socialize, exercise, participate in hobbies, do well in school, have a successful career, have goals for their life, eat and sleep well. So what does that mean? Well, suicidal thoughts can look different for everyone. Someone doesn't need to appear depressed in order to have suicidal thoughts. They can still seem perfectly fine and function well while struggling on the inside. So check in with your loved ones. You never know what they may be going through. Okay. So I heard this from I believe, what's his name? I believe his name was Channing Crowder. A guy named Channing Crowder used to play for the Miami Dolphins. He said, make sure you check on the happiest person in the room. And he was being serious about that. He said, no. Make sure you check on the happiest person in the room, because that happiest person may be dealing with stuff on the inside that we don't know about. And that's why we always say in suicide prevention, be kind. Okay. There's something else I want to get to. No, not that. Not that either. Oh boy. I don't want to find it. Okay, so this is a post I see a lot. That relates to people can be suicidal and be fine. My brother died from depression. He also frequently exercised, had support of family and friends, was successful in school and work, had goals that he was constantly reaching, and he still ended his life by suicide. People who are depressed are not weak-minded. They are sick. Understand this. Be kind. Also, for people who are dealing with mental health issues, you always hear the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, I saw a post by Suicide Prevention Awareness, and it said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And what they did was they crossed out the line that said what makes you stronger. They crossed out that line. What didn't kill me shattered my sense of self, safety, trust, left me traumatized, numb, and confused. What didn't kill me was anything but a blessing in disguise. Okay. So, New York Undercover is one of my favorite shows. Okay. New York Undercover is one of my favorite shows, and often I say, well, what if a person who is considering suicide, what if their trauma is rooted in assault? What if their trauma is rooted in traumatic brain injury? What if their trauma is seeing a friend die. A death in the family. This is why I consider being a cop the toughest job, the one of the more toughest jobs, because cops deal with everyday life-threatening situations, some fatal, okay, that they see every day. Okay. And so but getting back to what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's not the case for everybody. Okay. And I just mentioned New York Undercover, one of my favorite shows from the 90s. I was watching a episode where a little girl got assaulted. Okay. And this guy had just been released from prison, and he was looked at as a suspect. Okay. And the suspect's mother came down to the police station to talk to the lieutenant. Okay. And she was like, how long is he gonna be kept here? And so then the lieutenant gave his mom an answer. And so then the mom was like, he served his time, paid his debt. Now why don't you people give him the other chance? Then the lieutenant looked at her and said, a second chance. He said, victims don't get second chances. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. She couldn't say nothing after that. Yeah, she couldn't say nothing after that. But yeah, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That may apply to some people, but it doesn't apply to everybody. All right. That's it, and that's all for the Sean Farrell podcast. I am out of here. Peace out. God bless. See y'all on the next one.